Hey, welcome everybody. This is your virtual Big Brother Ray Collazo of BigBrotherRay.com. I am a communicator and coach that helps talented and super service-oriented people find wealth in their voice through brand management and online platform building. Thank you so much for joining me here on Periscope. Always good to see the Perry World Effect. Hi, Vince. How are you? Great to see you. You can check out, I actually do a Ray's talk show every Tuesday and Thursday night on blab.im. You can check me out every Tuesday and Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, as well as the podcast version of the show, which I podcast at Ray's Podcast. You can check out on iTunes, Ray's Podcast, or as well as the podcast specific website, which I just was the cover here at rayspodcast.com. And again, all of my content, all of my live streaming, podcasts, and content resources you can find at BigBrotherRay.com. That's BigBrotherRay.com. Thank you so much for joining me today here in the Periscope community. And I really just wanted to discuss this evening the power of anger. And it actually comes from an experience I had over the weekend. I have two young boys. And again, there's your virtual Big Brother Ray Collazo on Periscope. Great to see you here in the Perry community. I have two young boys, and my 6-year-old actually is a pretty physical kid. So I said, well, what the heck? And I got him into top wrestling this winter. His winter sport this year. And what I wanted to share about that is that on Friday, he's been a part of 3 or 4 different tournaments and matches and stuff, and he hadn't won one. He could have won a couple of them. He probably was the superior, physical kid, but he doesn't know the move. He's still new to the moves and sort of scoring, and so he hadn't been dominated much, but he hadn't won any matches officially. And so on Friday night, he lost his first match, and the kid was taller and more experienced. But then the second match, he won, and it was really exciting. I gotta tell you, I'm still pumped about it. It was a few days ago, and when it was over, after he got his victory Twizzlers, and we got in the car, I said, Troy, what was really the difference this year? This match, what sort of turned it on? It's like it clicked all of a sudden, because we knew he had it in him. He's a physical kid. Does really well in practice. And he said a few things, but we'll talk about other scopes, but I wanted to share on this one. He said, Dad, I just got angry. I'm tired of losing, tired of not winning, tired of my team, hadn't won too much that night, tired of some kid trying to grab me. I just got tired. And it just clicked, and he just got angry, and he just got tired of losing and got pissed off and did his thing, and it just clicked for him. So I wanted to share with you all that because I think oftentimes we associate anger in a negative. And in this case, I think for him, he channeled that anger into something really positive. And it's something that, oftentimes it really isn't about the emotion. It's what do you do with the emotion? How do you control the emotion? How do you look into yourself to now do something with this emotion? So it harkened back to me a few years ago when I began this journey, and I began this journey in producing online content, developing this process of becoming an online entrepreneur, and was precipitated by being angry. And basically, with my day job, I didn't get a promotion, and I basically got demoted for nothing. And so the emotion for a few months was just anger, just upset, just disillusioned. Then I really looked into myself. I said, what am I really angry about? I'm really angry about the fact that I sort of ceded power to an employer and others about the direction of my life, when ultimately I'm the boss of my own life. And so when my son said, I was so proud of him because he acknowledged and he owned the fact that he was angry about a situation. But instead of fouling and punching the kid and getting kicked out of the wrestling or tournament, he channeled that anger and went inside of himself to find more of himself and took control of the situation for himself. And so I just wanted to share that with you all because that's so, that's what I've attempted to do in building an online platform and online business and transitioning into becoming an entrepreneur. And what I've what, even though there's been lots of bumps in the road there, but ultimately I'm very satisfied with the fact that I'm taking control and owning the fact that I'm the boss of my own life. And so my son Troy took ownership of being the boss of himself in that wrestling match, and instead of going other ways, and it was just so inspiring for me to try to continue to do that in my own life. Hey, hi Vince, how are you? This is your virtual big brother Ray Collazo talking about channeling the power of anger. I'm a coach and communicator that helps super talented and service oriented people find wealth in their voice through brand management and online platform building. Thank you for joining us, Vince. And so let me know where you're from, Vince. Would love to know where you're from, and anything else you'd like to share about yourself, but certainly begin where you're from. In Vince, I think it is. I'm in the northeast part of the United States, in between New York and Philadelphia. And hope you're doing some scopes from other parts of the country. A little tidbit there. Be doing a little traveling this week. Oh, okay. Well, are you my neighbor? I'm in Ticklerville. Do we know each other, Vince? It's kind of funny. But anyway, I'll see you around at the Wawa on 42. Isn't that funny? Yeah, you're right. And I'm just talking about the power of anger. And, again, we all experience getting pissed off, getting angry. And my son this weekend in taught wrestling, one of the things that sort of tipped the scales for him to step it up was just being angry and not taking it anymore. I was tired of losing and just got angry about it. And it was time for him to step it up in his mind, and he found something in himself. And I was so inspired by that, still excited about it and proud of him. And it just reminded me of the fact that this journey started with me being angry. And now thinking about it, I kind of wasted a couple months just kind of being angry, because what I should have been doing is taking that anger and funneling into taking action. And so that's what I believe I'm doing in doing things like Periscope and building my online platform and my online business. And so it's what I wanted to share with the Periscope community today. If you're angry about where your life is, if you're angry about your situation, if you're angry about something, acknowledge what it is. And really, at the end of the day, it's most likely because you've ceded power to somebody else or some other thing, where you need to take that power back and be the boss, truly be the boss of your own life. And we're not necessarily taught to do that oftentimes as people that are supposed to be employees, not employers. But at the same time, I just wanted to share that with you guys, that if you're angry out there, if you're pissed off, you're disillusioned, you're having these emotions, that's okay. Because that means you've acknowledged a pain point. You're not living in a dream world. You've identified an issue. So that's the first step in getting it resolved and moving on. But what you don't want to do is, do something to harm yourself, internalize that emotion, just keep it inside. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to channel that emotion, channel that power that you have, the power of anger, to taking action and truly taking a step forward to not only resolve your issue, but ultimately act like the boss of your own life. And that is the thing that keeps me sane in my ups and downs with this, is that ultimately, I haven't figured it all out. I'm owning it. And my son owned it Friday, and that's how he won his first wrestling match. I'm so proud of him. So proud of my two boys. My little guy got like a great progress at this age, at 4. It's not a report card, it's a progress report. Got a great progress report. He's a bright little kid. He's a wonderful little son, and I love them so much. And they drive me to do this every day. And that's why I'm on the grind, 11:30 on a Sunday night, East Coast, before I go to bed, to go travel for work tomorrow. I'm on this Periscope. I just did my MeV. I just uploaded my podcast, because I'm owning being the boss of my own life. And I'm going to help 1,000 I'm going to help 100 of my friends and members of my tribe make $1 million. That's what I'm going to do. And so thank you again so much for joining me on Periscope. You can, again, check me out, BigBrotherRay.com. I blab every Tuesday and Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, as well as there's a podcast right after the show, and regular Periscopes, regular MeVs. Going to be do stuff on Fire Talk. Definitely check me out on YouTube. I'm out there. Just check out Big Brother Ray, BigBrotherRay.com, and look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you so much, Periscope community. Peace.